Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wild of Fate Stay Night, and oh my goodness, I think I might be healthy. Maybe. It's like there's a chance I'm starting to get healthy. I have no idea how long you've been waiting for this moment in particular. There's going to be panic within 2 minutes of reading day. I don't see how anything can go wrong. We've just got almost all the major players in the entire story all gathered in one place where it looks like a battle's about to burst out. There's nothing to worry about. Absolutely nothing is going to possibly go wrong. It's perfectly fine. We're doing good. We're great. Doing great. Everything's going to go great in the world of Fate Stay Night. Heavens feel the very happy and very lovely, pleasant timeline where everything's going great. Yay. But before I find out if I have my silly voices today for voice acting, let's see if I have a singing voice. As we do our musical theater warm up, going to go with a little bit of, not a big belt, little belt, very slight belt with some her voice from Little Mermaid. See if I got some baritone tenor in me today. Let's see what I got. I'm very curious. I'm very scared. Very, very, very scared of what's going to come out of my mouth over the next 30 minutes. Where did she go? Where can she be? When will she come again? Calling to me, calling to me, calling to me. Somewhere there's a girl who's like the shimmer of the wind upon the water. Somewhere there's a girl who's like the glimmer of the sunlight on the sea. Somewhere there's a girl who's like the swell of endless music. Somewhere she is singing and her song is meant for me. And her voice, it's sweet as angels sighing. And her voice, it's warm as summer sky. And that sound, it haunts my dreams and spins me around until it seems I'm flying. Her voice. I can sense her laughter in the ripple of the waves against the shoreline. I can see her smiling in the moonlight as it settles on the sand. I can feel her waiting just beyond the pale horizon, singing out a melody too lovely to withstand. And her voice is there as dusk is falling. And her voice is there as dawn steals by. Pure and bright, it's always near, all day, all night, and still I hear it calling. Her voice. Strange as a dream, real as the sea. If you can hear me now, come set me free. Come set me free. Did not have those notes. Didn't have the notes to do that today. Oh well. Still had lots of fun and broke out in a sweat. Probably not a good sign. One thing I should probably mention. I gotta the air conditioner in our house we can't really use right now because it was installed improperly years ago, and the company we're using that is actually reputable is like, yeah, you shouldn't be using this right now. We'll get it fixed, but just don't use it now. So it's just like, yeah, I'm on fan overload right now. So if the fan is like blowing directly into the mic and it's affecting like the audio quality of the stream, please let me know. I've got everything on low right now, so hopefully it's not. Because I'd love to do the stream while not feeling like I'm in a sauna. That would be neat. Good, don't hear audio difference. That's a good sign. But for now, everything's great. We're in a forest. Ilya's apparently, occasionally, sometimes maybe getting possessed by something. There's like a grand, greater grail that's also involved in all of this. Fantastic. Everything's going to go great. We're like, it's all going to go very simple. We're going to defeat Zokin right here. The Shadow's going to be like, I don't want to be a bad guy anymore and go away. It's all going to work out. Final bets, who wins, Zokin or Berserker? Oh, my money's on Zokin. I don't... Like, he's got, like, evil shadow magic going on. Like, he's got evil bug magic. Like, he would not come into this forest and, like, just stare down Ilya unless he had some sort of plan. That dude don't take a poop without making a plan. Because let's face it, if he doesn't have a plan, he's going to fall apart every time. Like a big old hernia every time that dude moves. The sound of wind. Alright, I might have that voice today. The thing running through the forest and making the trees shake creates a familiar sounding wind. The tremors gradually grow stronger. We're nearing their source. Probably just beyond the forest. Almost on it. We can't turn around. Can't run away. Can't do that. Fine. Gasp! I skid to a halt. Right before I come into the clearing, I stop as fast as I can hide. Berserker? Saka takes cover behind a tree too, and we behold a disastrous spectacle in the clearing. Luckily, trees are like impervious. Nothing bad can happen if you're behind a tree. Trust me, I was a tree once. The clearing is a literal battlefield. 3 servants are clashing weapons. One is Berserker, the dark giant. The second is the white skull-masked assassin. And the third is... Was wondering if we'd see this. Yeah, they weren't going to get rid of Saber that quickly. It's like they weren't going to let her just get sucked up into the shadows and nothing happens. Just like either through the power of love and friendship, we were going to be able to resummon her. Or we were going to see Zombie Saber. Zombie Saber, you're looking pretty good there. You're pulling off the look, although it looks like you got your crown is covering up your eyes a little bit. This seems bad. This seems bad. Like, just from like what little knowledge of Fate Grand Order I have, I knew there were like dark versions of like some of the servants, which I had assumed were like Berserker versions. This isn't I thought I had heard that there was such thing as like a Dark Saber. I had assumed it was like a Berserker summoning of Arturia. I see now that is a mistaken ideal. This seems bad. So, okay, the Shadow defeated Saber. But Saber's here. So either the Shadow is actively getting involved in the conflict, but using Saber's body for it, or Zokin somehow took over Saber's body. But, like, neither... But when he took over the caster, like, caster didn't look this different. So I'm going to assume this is shadow work. Saber alter, saber corrupted by the shadow. Fantastic. And the third is, wait, that's, no way. No way. Tosaka's voice is shaking. I can't quite hear it. I mean, she's whispering right next to me, but her words are kind of like going one ear out the other. I try to ignore Ren as much as possible these days. The third servant. It's my first time seeing the third combatant. Clad in black plate armor and a visor. At the same time, it can't be. It immediately calls to mind someone I know very well. Who do I know very well? Oh, it's Sakura! The dark giant raises a war cry. He cleaves through the air with enough force to split a mountain, making the earth explode. And third combat just doesn't shy away from the flying rocks or the gravel. Black armored servant just breezes past the greatsword. Fantastic. Oh, great! Roars of anguish belong to the giant. He possesses a steel body that renders all the attacks ineffective. But the black swordsman easily slices it open. Much like my cat is trying to easily slice through my door. Sword paints Berserker's flank in black. The inky light threatening to swallow him whole. Great. We're just great. We're all gonna die. Wanna go to your box? Still got some catnip in there. I'm not gonna refill it. You're good. One life down. Yep, this is not great. What the heck is going on between Zoken and Shadow? From the first interaction in the park, I assumed he was afraid of it and had nothing to do with it. But then again, that might have just been because, like, Archer had sliced him open and he just needed to get out of there, or he was dead. So this is making me think more and more like Zoken might not just be aware of the shadow and trying to use it to his advantage. He might actively be somehow working with the shadow. Is it possible he's manipulating the shadow in some way? We'll find out later. No, Berserker, run! If that gets you, you won't be able to come back to me. You don't have to fight anymore. Ilya's voice is tearful. It's futile. It's futile now that he's been instead. There's no escape. Rather than 2 versus 1, it seems that 3 opponents is too much for a great... Rather than 2 versus 1, it seems even 3 opponents is too much for a great hero to overcome. Zoken is cackling. The 2 masters, Ilya and Zoken, face off against each other behind the protection of their servants. One of Zoken is assassin who seems to have just lost to Berserker but isn't dead yet. Good job, Berserker. Berserker's in front of Ilya. His entire body is being corroded by something black. Great. So, Zombie Saber has the power to rot people from the inside with shadow magic? Dark swamp surrounds his feet. The ground isn't made of earth, but some bottomless pit of mud hampering his movements. Berserker's trying to survive. He doesn't have an opening to crush Assassin. Nah, it's still Berserker's fault. If Assassin still lives, all on Berserker. On top of that, black vines from the swamp trap his arms and legs. I know those. They belong to the shadow, but for an instant. I feel like I'm looking at someone I know well. Why are we implying Sakura is the shadow? Why are we doing this? I don't need that kind of emotional turmoil right now. Shadow's identity revealed. This is bad. This is very bad. I didn't like that reveal. That was weird. Fell out of nowhere. I didn't like that one bit. Why is it whenever we see tentacles we think of Sakura? What the heck happened that night with the finger sucking? The duel reaches a new pitch, bringing me back to my senses. It's kind of a desperate situation. I mean, Berserker's strong. He's fighting the Black Swordsman evenly, even as the Shadow's trying to swallow him. Yep. If the Shadow is Sakura, that explains why Zoken's able to not fear it. But he's at his limit. The Black Swordsman easily runs forward and slashes Berserker. Even if he's at least as strong as his opponent, Berserker's freedom of movement has been stripped away. Can we cast freedom of movement? So Sokka, what kind of mage are you? Cast freedom of movement. That's only like, what is that, like a level 3 spell, level 4 spell? Meaning that scale will only tip to further the swordsman's favor with each passing second.
The outcome is clear. Take care of the rest, assassin. It is too risky for me to remain here longer. Once it consumes Berserker, capture and bring back the Einsburn girl.
Zoken just blends into the mist like a jerk. Later, dude. He's departing the forest, leaving Assassin behind.
Take heed, it consumes everything it sees, especially any dense sorts of magic energy. Careful not to let the Einsburn girl be taken too.
His presence grows faint along with his physical form, and Zoken's gone. Only Assassin and Berserker remain. You're already getting ready to get out of here? Fine, get out of here, kitty. I don't need you here, along with the mental anguish I'm about to go through. Son of a gun! No, you'll die too, Berserker. Just run! Ilya whimpers in an emotionless daze. Did he even hear it? Dark Giant roars and advances. Ah, his charge looks like a tornado to me. Berserker kicks his way out of the ground, free of the black shadow that had swallowed him. What he's doing is kind of inconceivable. Not only was he constricted by the mud in his feet, the shadow also had him bound. He shouldn't be able to move, but his body was getting eaten by the shadow. So, just decided to just tear himself free. One hand, he grabbed the shadow latch on his chest and just tore it off, ripping sound. Kind of just tore his body open where it grabbed him. Passive physique is swift, and this time his attack is sure to crush the Black Swordsman, so... life number 2? This will likely be the last blow. With his body ripped apart on the verge of death, he needs to make sure he kills the enemy. The swordsman answers the assault with their greatest attack. No, stop, Berserker! Ilya runs. She starts running desperately through Berserker as if she can't see the spreading shadow. Ilya! If I go, there's nothing I can do. I don't have a chance of winning against the shadow or the swordsman, but still. Right now, I have to stop Ilya. Come back, Ilya! I run out from the trees. Ilya's running for Berserker, and I catch up to her and tackle her. Spear! My ears numb from the stress, the howling of the wind, and the Mad Warrior's roars. This seems bad. Buffing me so violently I can't even see. Excalibur. The wind pushes me to the ground with Ilya still in my arms. Vision white, can't stand. No, Kinda can't even remember to stand. Man, my body's hot. Man, I feel that. I feel that, Shiro. We're on the same page right now. Something sleeping deep within Shiro, Emiya cries out. Don't know what or why, but I sense the heat resonating with the noble phantasm that was just unleashed. What? Getting hard to breathe. Can't do anything. As long as the sword is buried, it burned into my eyes. None of my body functions are working. This is nuts! It's like I'm under a spell. My heart has been stolen by something I only caught sight of for a brief instant. Even among the noble phantasm, it was kind of a really big thingy. Few noble phantasms can rival its elegant design, but its beauty is hardly skin deep. No. The word beautiful is an insult to the sword. The sword isn't beautiful, but it's earnest and precious. Trust me, I'm a sword pervert, I know. The legend imbued within the hopes and dreams of a people. Neither a relic of myth nor a work of mankind. It is a crystallization crafted from our feelings. A sword of pure metaphor re-fantasy, sitting at its apex. My eye... Oh, I can see again. Yay, I'm not blind. Black crimson flame, as dark as midnight, illuminates the sky. Was the pillar of light that cleaved the forest darkness itself? Flames burn silently, but the air is cold. Maybe it doesn't burn oxygen, but freezes it instead. Darkly lit forest grows colder. Hi. What up? Want to come chill with me, Sakura, and Taiga? Oh, we have Ryder friend too now. She's cool. What up? What's up, girl? Swordsman stands against the backdrop of the black flames. I scowl at the sword pointed at me. One of my arms is still around Ilya. I don't feel any bloodlust or hostility. Same pose Saber made to Ren in the prologue. I don't remember that pose. I'm afraid of being killed, but at the same time I clench my jaw in frustration. It's not her. It's someone else. Not just her lack of malice, she doesn't have any of the nobility she used to. Her helm cracks. Must have been because of Berserker's last attack. Good job, you did some chip damage. I see her naked face. I know without a doubt that her, no matter how much she changed. Saber doesn't reply. What's it gonna say about our buddy? Oh, Saber's down here now. Okay. Altria. No, still not good. Arturia. Your name is Arturia, dang it. Result of Saber being contaminated by the shadow. What makes her the strongest is not her ability as a swordsman, but the massive amount of magic energy she has due to being, you know, a dragon inside of her. As a servant who is not supplied with enough magic energy, she could not unleash the same power when she was alive, but in this state, she can just release all the power she wants. In terms of plain attack power, she's the strongest. Great. Oh no, she lost her riding skill. However, will she be able to survive? But because of her dark attributes, the anti-magic is lowered. Alright, she can be damaged by magic a little bit. Yay! The ability to constantly sense the best course of action. Great. She has no charisma. She's got to have like a... I'd give her at least like a C charisma still. While her leadership improves, the morale of soldiers decreases significantly. Fantastic. Black Aura Sword. Because Excalibur is an amplifier that converts the user's magic energy, the light of darkened Saber's holy sword has also turned black. Great. Just as Vivian and Morgan coexist with the fairies in the lake, the holy sword also has good and evil. Great. Yakusoku Sareta Shirei no Ken. Great. We're screwed. Her eyes are now golden and unreadable. They just stared down at me. Fallen foe. Shiro. Ilya's voice is trembling. Behind Saber, something that looks like the eviscerated corpse of Berserker sinks into the dark shadow. Great, the shadow has Berserker too! Great! Love that for us. Ilya just watched her servant die. Don't worry, there's a chance you'll see him again! Of course, a young girl like her would be scared. Saber. I shake off my emotions. I hold on tight to Ilya and tense my right arm. Not the time to be shocked. Though I am. Gotta save Ilya. I'm going to save her and go home. Can I sacrifice Ren to do this? Please? I mean, like, Ren's right over there. Ren, be a distraction and just die for me, please. I can't freeze in my tracks, wait for death. Saber swings her sword just as she's about to be cut down while I'm trying to stand up. She instantly changes directions and deflects 3 arrows. Thank you, Archer. Archer! Don't stop. Take Ilya and get out of here. Swords clash. Archer immediately follows his sniping up with a bladed assault. Thank you, my fellow sword pervert. Don't give me peace of mind. Saber easily blocks his blindingly fast swords. Ugh. Something's wrong with Archer. Oh no. No. I look and see his feet are tangled in the shadows too. Right. Right. What a disgrace, Archer. A pure, heroic spirit could never resist that fate's cursed realm. Right now, you are little different than the wraiths roaming these woods. The ruthless voice definitely belongs to Saber. She just nonchalantly steps in the shadows and... Archer ain't normal, remember? Yeah, Archer's a guardian dude who kind of knows about shadow BS, and I guess he can fight against it. Effortlessly just sends Archer just flying in the woods. Even if the shadow was slowing him down, she just cuts right through both his swords guards without even trying. And then she just does it again. She just faces me silently. Are we having a staring contest? I just need to know the rules of what's going on. They declare that she's going to kill me unless I hand over Ilya. Shiro. Ilya lets go of my arm and gestures. Seems to say that it's okay to hand her over. That just flips a switch inside me. Get back. Tosaka's waiting for us in the woods. We're gonna figure this out if we can get back there. I push Ilya back. Push the small child. Take hold of my wooden sword. My wooden sword's totally good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I take a Saigon stance. Oh boy. Saber comes for this. I'm gonna use all the strength and magic energy I have to strike back. It's totally gonna work. All I can do for now. Got nothing to say to Saber. I can't really apologize, nor can I ask her to just come back with me. Kinda not speaking to me. So, I guess there's nothing I'm gonna say to her. We suck at having conversations. I mean, we weren't exactly the best at it before, but now it's really bad. Saber is my enemy now. And the only way I can respond to him is to fight back as hard as I can. Urgh. Ah! I tighten my aim. I won't try for a mutual kill. Saber personally taught me that that's not very efficient. An attack that risks your own life only works when you're evenly matched, and I can't do anything with her. Can't hope to do that against Saber. So, gonna try one attack. Now that her helmet's broken, I should do some damage if I go for the head, right? Take everything I got! I'm gonna defeat my enemy and survive! Oh boy. Here she comes! Here she comes again! Dodge, 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 dodge! Who cares if I look bad? Who cares if I have to crawl in the mud? I have to dodge. Ow! Oh, I'm just dead. I have sparred with Saber enough times to know that she has already won. Her downstroke streaks down like a diving falcon from the upper left. It is a slash precise enough to cut a grain of rice, and it's coming for Shiro Emiya's head. But my head is still on. What? Saber's sword stops just shy of my neck. Ah! Is it because she loves us? Still? Then she just wordlessly lowers her sword and just turns away. She loves us. Don't tell me she stopped her sword because of that. The black swamp is spreading across the ground, and that shadow is trying to crawl out. Oh no. Great! It's the great unknown clump of curse that I saw before in the park. My role is finished here. I leave the rest to you. Saber just walks into the black swamp, then she just sinks into the shadow. Just like Berserker. I watch until she's gone. I have no way of knowing why she's still in the world or why she's on their side now. But if she's my enemy, I have to fight her. War sucks. Still, can't help but thinking I've been stronger that night. She might have never been warped into that dark version of herself. Emiya. Osaka's voice pulls me back to reality. Right now, facing a creepy shadow and an assassin. I approve plan runaway. I grab Ilya and run. Ilya gives the swamp that swallowed Berserker one last sad glance, and she holds her tears in as she runs. Oh, are you gonna cry now, you little baby? Oh, wah, I just lost my best friend. I just lost my servant. Wah. Shut up, we've all been through it. We run through the forest. I'm following Tosaka's back, and I can sense assassin chasing us. Behind you, Emiya. Tosaka should have gotten far ahead of us by now, but she slows to turn. She must be worried about us. I know the enemy's right behind me. I can't do anything about it. How am I supposed to beat an assassin? Then her voice just growls in my ear. Look up to the side and see a face and a skull mask. Hi, buddy. Archer got knocked into the sky like Team Rocket. Yeah, I was wondering. I thought he just got knocked into the woods, but was like, nope. I guess if he's not here, he really did get Team Rocketed. Oh boy, he's smirking and licking a dagger. That's not sanitary. Unless, like, maybe a servant could have, like, I don't know, like Purell spit. I don't. That could be a servant power. Maybe that's one of Assassin's power for all I know. The White Skull is blown away. Assassin was running next to us until someone kicked him in the tummy. Hey, buddy. So you can't even kill a child without resorting to an ambush? You really are third rate. Archer doesn't stop as he says it. I will cover the rear guard. Take Ilya and run. Hurry, if that thing catches you, then you are finished. Thanks, kinda knew that already. Hi, Shadow. What up? Catching up. Shadow is corroding the ground as it's catching us. Great. Save the discussion for later. Run, boy. Now that you've got Ilya's hand, protect her until the very end. Sacrifice her. Got it. Archer slightly slows and falls behind him for an instant. Just before he leaves, he looks at Ilya with a super sorry expression. You have the melee behind, and you leave the melee behind and escape. Oh boy. Assassin is forced back repeatedly, unable to go on the offense. Each dagger Assassin throws, whenever he spots an opening, just is shot down, leaving him very fresh. Like, Assassin seems like one of the worst servants. Like, it seems like everyone is just like, yeah, I just deflect range. Range effect isn't useful against me at all. Like, this Assassin is just like, it seems like the worst Holy Grail war for him to be involved in. Like, no one is weak against him. That isn't because he's weak. Sa! Archer just keeps intercepting the daggers. Looks like Archer has the advantage. I don't know why, but right now, he's fighting with a demonic frenzy. I'm trying to remember the last time we heard Assassins. I thought the last time we heard him speak was when he got his arm cut off. And at that point, he regressed back to his crazy voice. But now he's got his sane voice back. So I take it that means his arm has healed? If that's the case, that's super duper bad. Assassin desperately parries a shot, retreating, as Archer just retorts. It's simple. I'm not a proper hero like the others. I'm on the same level as the mud. In other words, Archer steps back, sensing an opportunity. I am also a twisted heroic spirit, though not as bad as you. And brings the sword down on the white mask. The black robe scrambles wildly. Assassin flees, clutching his slashed up face. It isn't a temporary withdrawal, but a flight for his life. The black robed servant escapes Archer and disappears into the woods and the gloom. Nice one! Now we don't need to worry about him chasing us. Good work, Archer. You must be tired, so just go ahead and rest in spirit form. Are we not? Where'd the shadow go? Are we not worried about Shadow? Alright, whatever. Rin! Behind her. Okay, yeah, Rin, you're an idiot. Like, Shadow, take Rin. She actively deserves this. Straight up. 100%. Don't even try to save her. She deserves... This is absolutely a horror movie death of someone being an absolute idiot. Rin deserves to die right here. Toe... It boils up as if it was born in the shade of the trees. Huh? What? She turns around, and simultaneously, the shadow's black tentacles reach out. Tosaka! I'm not going to make it in time. I can only watch as the tentacles lance forth and impale Tosaka. Ah! But skewer Archer instead. After he pushes her out of the way. Dang it, Ren. It should have been you! Osaka stares up in shock at Archer. Archer's done. He's still breathing and there isn't much blood. Been impaled, but it isn't through any vital spots. He should be able to regenerate from it. Still, I know we can't fight anymore. That thing kills servants. No matter how powerful a heroic spirit is, it can't beat the shadow, because it's a summoned servant. I just know that somehow. No way. Archer, what are you doing? Does Tosaka sense it too? Calls out to Archer in her trembling voice, climbing to her unsteady feet, but... Stay away. Get out of here, you fool! Get out of here, you fool. Archer's harsh rebuke stops her in her tracks. A new look at the shadow, as it looks like it is full-on balloon mode. The shadow pulsates. The forest will die. All the surrounding mana is being sucked into the shadow. Stupidly, I think it reminds me of a water balloon. The balloon is engorged and still filling. Oh, where's Shinji? I want to throw this balloon at his face. I want to see what happens. Please let me throw this giant evil water balloon at Shinji's face. An unsavory premonition of it bursting and exploding its contents all over us flashes through my mind. Why did you have to word it like that, Shiro? Well, we're gonna get caught, Nat. We're gonna get completely swallowed by it. Archer pulls out the tentacle skewering his body and runs at Tosaka. And then I'll... No, straight up. Multiple reasons. Just like, Archer, like the last thing he said to us is like, protect Ilya, take care of Ilya. He seems to be trying to push Tosaka back, and then on top of it, there's the fact that I'm ticked off at Tosaka because she should not have been in this position. She's here because she was an idiot about the situation. No, we're protecting Ilya. Tosaka dies. Gotta protect Ilya. You can't protect two people at once. Tosaka has Archer, but Ilya has no one. I gotta protect her. In Berserker's place, Ilya, get down! Now clothesline her. I tackle her. Okay, we'll take a tackle. Just as I cover her with my body. Ew. My sight and spirit are dyed jet black. It's hot. I feel like my body's about to be blown away. Wave of magic energy just erupts into a tempest that violates the whole forest. Nothing. My vision's all black. It's so dark, even though I can see clearly I must have fallen into a black sun. I have no self, no body. Must have melted by the sun. I have no body. Complete sensory loss is more revolting than any pain. That's the problem. I can't protect Ilya without a body. The Black Shadow was going to try to take Ilya. I use my right arm to resist as best I can. I hug Ilya with my right arm and hold onto the ground. That's when I realize it. I do have a body. After all, I can't protect Ilya without a body. Man, I'm being dramatic. No big deal. I'm only missing everything from my left shoulder. Who needs that? My character's right-handed, right? Right? It is all gone. Body's still here. I'm still here. So is the feeling of loss. Not like every part of me got wiped out, but I still really feel that sense of loss as if I've really lost my whole body. That's the end of Archer, and now everything changed. Great. Now everything, not that everything's been changing just about every single stream. No. I am disappearing as the shadow melts away without a trace, as if it just expended all its power. Be still, you safe? I don't know what she's saying. Maybe my ears are ringing. Wonder if Tosaka's alive. I blame her for this. Archer's there? I mean, his red cloak is soaked in blood and he looks super weak, like he's about to disappear. Oh, that's weird. What's she doing here? But if I transplant this, I'm sure to save one. What are you doing? I'm guessing this is Area talking.
At any rate, this body has reached its limits. If I'm going to disappear anyway, it doesn't hurt to try.
Oh wait, no, that's Archer. Never mind. Archer's talking to Ryder? Wonder what's happening. Man, in the end,
Normally, he would die. Can't save a person by attaching a spiritual body to theirs, but he and I are a special case. Ren will know what to do once she exits.
Are we about to fusion dance with Archer?
Just once.
He lovingly touches Tosaka's hair. Everything's getting dark.
The black soul sun is gone, so this must be...
My mind is singing in the dark.
This is as far as I go. Be well, Tosaka.
Archer says goodbye. In a voice that sounds like mine. Man, that's weird. Oh well, nap time. Yay, interlude. Wonder what fun stuff we're going to find out's happening somewhere else.
The shadow shudder. The Red Knight is drenched in blood. Tosaka is sitting on the ground in shock. 5 meters away from them stands a silver-haired girl holding hands with Shiro Emiya. And the shadow shudders. It shrinks like a withered tree, then expands like a pufferfish. No. Its venomous nature resembles a more wicked, deep-sea creature. Now that we know who the shadow is, we can see some stuff from her perspective. Great. Hi, shadow friend, love of my life. It keeps swelling, growing shapeless, endlessly, until it covers the entire forest in deep black. And in an instant, the Red Knight died, protecting Rin Tosaka and Shiro Emiya, saved by sheer dumb luck. Yay, protagonist powers! He was fortunate that the forest terrain is filled with crags and valleys. Shiro Emiya evaded the shadow in a ditch, but his exposed left arm was not so long. She awakens from a dream. It has been half a day since she sent Ryder to protect Shiro. Sakura had been sharing her servant's perception, so that she can keep an eye on things from the Emiya household. The shocking scene jolted her. She feels nauseous. She's hit by the vertigo of suddenly severing her senses from that of her servant. It feels weirdly early that they've revealed that she's Shadow, but oh man. What are we setting up? What are we leading to? Jiro now knows Shadow, or at least strongly suspects Shadow is Sakura-san. So how the heck is that gonna develop? Her sleeping body is covered in sweat. Get that feel? And if she even tries to breathe, she suddenly... The contents of her stomach rise to her throat. She runs to the changing room. Clinging to the sink, she covers her mouth with her hand, not breathing. She can't contain the bile in her chest and spits it out. Her shoulders heave up and down. Her long hair sways like a curtain, concealing her face from the mirror. It can't be Senpai's hand. She recalls the nightmare with horror. Those images were real. Shiro Emiya protected the silver-haired girl, and the shadow swallowed his arm. It was devoured down to its socket. What have I done? Sakura berates herself as if she's thought something she shouldn't. She feels both chills and a strange sense of exultation, and can't quite process what's happened or what she should do next. All she knows is that she hates herself.
Before, she had a similar invasive thought. If she injured Shiro Emiya so he couldn't go outside, he wouldn't be in danger anymore.
Oh, no, that's wrong.
Yes, it was wrong. It wouldn't solve anything. How fickle of her to wish that he'd get hurt enough not to go outside. And now, he'd hurt Shiro Emiya in a way that had nothing to do with her wish. His life was in danger, never mind his ability to leave the house. But of these things actually happening, both of these things actually happened. That was what it meant to hurt him. How could she have wished for something so awful? The nausea won't go away. She's already vomited everything in her stomach. The retching won't stop. Blood and bile. It's almost as if the mangling pain in her stomach and the searing in her throat are meant to punish her, she thinks to herself. Several dozen minutes pass. After running out of even her stomach bile, the nausea passes. She finally regains her composure. Pants roughly, her shoulders heave, her breathing ragged. She grips the sink with both hands, trying to catch her breath like she just finished running a marathon. Now, Senpai can't fight anymore. Her honest feelings slip out in a rapturous tone. With a short whisper, disheveled and winded, she looks up. The image of her in the mirror is weighed down by guilt. She looks downcast and worried for Shiro Emiya's welfare. She sincerely and earnestly wishes for his safety. As the mirror reflects her crooked grin. I love how unsettling these Sakura interludes are. They are so good. Like, it's some of my favorite writing in this game. I love it so much. Oh boy. Well, let's do the fusion dance with Archer or something. It's hot. Trapped in a steamy stone room. Heat is seeping from a shoulder joint like just 1,000 microscopic bugs just eating at my cell. Or maybe they actually literally are. We are in a forest. Lots of bugs, and I did not use raid on my shoulder joint. My shoulder. It's like countless bugs are gathering the wound. Man, it's hot. It's hot in here. It's hot and it's monotonous. More like a frying pan with a lid on than a sauna. There's a sizzling sound. If I relax, I might just find myself burned black. The heat melts my mind, not my body. Great, that's also a great feeling. The heat spreads fiercely and cautiously, burning and rewriting my genes. Will this nightmare end, please? The open hole is covered to stop the bugs from escaping. Man, this is really hot. The hole in my shoulder. Bugs barge into my body through the entrance. The hole they should lead through, is blocked by flesh that is not my own. I'm changing. Something unknown is changing me. It's coming in. Knowledge that I should not have is entering my brain. Is combat experience and knowledge? It's noble phantasm? No, not the short swords Kancho and Bakia. He was a blacksmith who favored the swords also forged by a blacksmith. So he forged them too. He could reproduce anything he saw, anything he understood. No, it wasn't reproduction, but projection. The heat burning my heart demands that I master this. Yay, lots of cool swords. And a spear. Are you kidding me? That's impossible. I can't let this inside. I don't know projection. I haven't reached that level yet. All swords have been unlocked. This shortcut is going to destroy my body. I already have my hands full just being myself. Can't remember all the other stuff he's showing me yellow mastering. Not strong enough to do it. You and I are complete strangers with nothing in common in this timeline. Nothing, no way this is gonna take. Even if it does, I couldn't endure it. Can't lose track of time. I can't get out of order. Even if you help me, I don't have the skill to handle this. Is it our best friend? My consciousness is back. Yay, alive! I'm in an unfamiliar room on an unfamiliar bed. Huh? I set up. I thought I saw Saber in the I had this dream. You were here, Tasaka. You were here, Ilya. You were here, Zombie Saber. Then I tackled Ilya, and then... Hi, Ilya! We lock eyes. Ilya's right next to my bed, just staring at me with wide eyes. Personal space, lady. Oh, you're okay. Hi, Ilya. I sigh in relief. I don't know what's going on, but hey, I saved a small child. Good for me. It worked. You're awake, Shiro. Huh? Ilya. Ilya dives into my arms. Thank goodness, Shiro. Ilya just keeps repeating it over and over as she buries her face in my chest. She got me. All right. It is fair. I did tackle her. It's fair she tackles me 1 for 1. Although I think I tackled her twice. I have no idea what's going on, but if she's crying this much, guess I'll just stay still and let her. Your injuries hurt. If anything feels off, let me know. I'll get a replacement right away. What? No, that doesn't hurt. Ilya, can you explain what the heck is going on? Before I finish questions, I feel like a blade is in my body. Unable to bear pain. Right hand scratching chest. Shiro, try to relax. You need to suppress the left arm, not just put up with it. Left arm? I don't get it. I don't understand. I just want the pain to stop. Can I get a Tylenol, please? An ibuprofen? Advil? Calm my heart rate. Alright, time to meditate. And I can immediately tell what's wrong. I know the source of pain. It is a foreign element. Then I can just slightly control it. Just need to build a barrier and prevent all the alien parts from mixing up with my own body. Why is there an alien in my body? Why is E.T. here? Why is the Great Gazoo here? It's okay. I'm calm now, Ilya. Probably shouldn't be, but I am. Good. I can tell, too. I was worried what might happen, and you don't seem to be rejecting it. Ilya seems to know where my pain's coming from. Cool. Sorry, someone's texting me. Gotta get back to him. All the swords obtained. Yes, we did. I looked down on myself and I noticed that I'm wearing a hospital gown. No, it's more like just a bunch of belts. Are we wearing Lulu's dress from Final Fantasy X? Why am I wearing a belt gown? What? What? The fact I can only move my right arm is proof enough. Everything else is fixed tightly in place. I can't even change my own clothes like this. Um. Okay. What is this? Why am I wearing a belt gown? Why am I wearing Lulu's Final Fantasy X dress? Not that I'm complaining, I can probably rock it. That's... He looks away uncomfortably. I will explain, Shiro Emiya. And then someone appears who I didn't want to see right now. Hey, it's our best friend! She is recovering as well. I am only going to debrief him, so if you don't have any business here, go wait in the lobby. Sure you will. I'm going to leave with Shiro. If you really aren't going to do anything to him, there shouldn't be a problem if I stay. I see. There is indeed no problem with it, but I would like to keep the explanation brief. Go sit in a corner, child, if you aren't going to interrupt me. Fine, I'm going to do that. Aelia walks by Konamine and just leans against a wall. Now, before we have another many minutes of exposition, allow me to answer your question. Don't be too surprised, Shiro Emiya. Why am I wearing a belt dress? I really need a good answer to this. And I feel like you're not going to give me one. Konamine reaches out. Priest undoes the belt, exposing my skin. Huh? That arm doesn't belong to Shiro Emiya. I can tell even under all the cloth wrapped under it. That thing serving as my left arm came from somewhere else. Huh. It is something alien that defies the law of nature that should not be attached to me. Konamine, what? Archer's left arm. I honored his last wish and transplanted it from his corpse. Archer's last... corpse? You mean he's... After the transplant, he disappeared. He was already on the verge of death when he brought you here. I'm surprised he lasted so long. It must be thanks to his independent action ability. Archer's gone? That means the only servants left are Assassin, Rider, and... No. No, she changed so much I don't think you can even call her a servant anymore. Luckily, there's totally not another Archer that we don't know about that we should not be terrified of. Nope. Wait, you said Archer disappeared? Then how's the arm here? If he had passed on before the transplant was complete, then the arm would have gone as well. But your new arm was amputated and transplanted while he was still in the mortal world. It is the incarnated flesh of a heroic spirit, connected to Shiro Emiya's magic circuits, and incarnated by your own magic energy. It became a part of your body once the surgery was complete. Afterwards, Archer disappeared, leaving his left arm behind. It is now your arm. And this is really his arm? Yes. At the time, neither you nor Archer had much time left to live. Archer's spiritual core was keeping him. The world was destroyed, and you were critically wounded, lacking vital life-sustaining tissues. Archer endured all the pain, so Shiro had a chance of survival. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, best friend who totally doesn't hate us and want to kill us in this time. He doesn't want to kill us in this timeline. Yay. Fortunately, Archer's body was only lightly damaged. He gave you the only unscathed part of his body so that you might live. It could have been more awkward. He could have, given me his, leg to graft into the spot or something. The half of me that was swallowed up by the shadow. The heat that invaded my mind, and this left arm that belongs to someone else. Everything tells me that kind of really happened. Well, duh! I collapsed in the forest. Archer saved me? Can you really transplant a servant part onto a human? It isn't impossible to connect them. It says that spiritual healers treat the soul, not the body. And that priest is actually a real one, despite all appearances. Trust me, I'm as surprised as you are. I will accept the compliment, but it is hardly a joyous state of affairs. It is a forbidden art to connect different spiritual bodies, because it was always doomed to failure. Now I want to know the lore of Frankenstein in the Fate universe, because I can guarantee you there's definitely a Frankenstein, and with this conversation right now, I feel like that would be some very interesting lore for that particular character. The resurrection and restoration of spiritual bodies, of souls, is a mystic beyond the scope of magecraft. That is why I expected it to work only in shape, and that you would die of shock afterwards. Thanks for the optimism, buddy. But you and Archer are special. I realized that earlier too. If it was you too, you would be able to bounce back. You'll send me Fran on Discord later because yes, Frankenstein happened in this universe. Yeah, like, this is a very interesting conversation because, like, I really like the idea of that, and I feel like Frankenstein would be, like, a super interesting case in that. Like, I don't think I've read, like, a wiki entry for, like, any of the characters, mainly because I want to avoid spoilers, but just, like, I legitimately hope there's a Frankenstein, like, lengthy Wikipedia entry on how the physics of Frankenstein works in this spiritual world. Ah! Ilya avoids meeting my eyes, looking kind of sad somehow. What, it's not like your best friend just died, and got taken by a shadow to probably be turned into a zombie for us to face eventually. Ah, well, I don't know the reason. I just know you are highly compatible. I was surprised once the operation began. Even identical twins aren't so similar. I tried putting strength in my left arm to confirm the words. But I can't feel anything. No pain, it just feels like dead weight. Can't move it no matter what I do. Maybe it's just because you, like, mentally just cut off the foreign bodies from the rest of you? Like my arm has gone numb from the lack of blood flow, and the sensation of having an attached arm I cannot move is causing a little bit of fear, rather than physical pain. My left arm is just a lump of iron now. Hey, maybe you can just swing it around and slap people with it. Maybe this is what being a Tin Man would feel like. Nah, you got a heart. You're not the Tin Man. Shiro definitely has a heart. I can't move it. Are you sure the surgery worked? Are you sure you're not just a hack? Don't force it. It's only just been attached. Your body will become accustomed to it in a few days. Luckily, I'm sure nothing bad will happen before you have the ability to move that arm. You two are exceptionally compatible with each other. You should be able to recover even to resume normal life. But be warned, I am only saying that your circuits were compatible. No matter how compatible your arm, that is the arm of a heroic spirit, which a human cannot handle. No, it is more of a weapon than a limb. It is powerful, but it will draw you in if you use it. You mean I'm gonna die? Naturally, if the human Shiro Emiya uses the arm of a heroic spirit, the limb will invade your body. No, it would be more correct to say that it will drive your body away. Archer's arm is far beyond Shiro Emiya because Shiro Emiya sucks. If you use that arm even once, it will activate Archer's magic circuits, and when that happens, your body will be unable to withstand Archer's magecraft and collapse from within. Hear me. I am not saying that each use will shorten your lifespan. Once you use the arm, you will have lit the fuse on a time bomb. What the heck? Is he basically saying that if I try to copy what Archer does even once, I'm dead? So that's what the bandages are for? Yes, they are a seal. So long as your left arm stays wrapped, its magic circuits will not manifest. Even if you use Magecraft, the left arm will not act as a part of you. But do not be complacent. Magic energy runs through your body even when you aren't using Magecraft. It may cause your left arm to react with pain or activation. Luckily, I don't have a lady waiting for me at home who might be trying to misery me. No way I'm going to feel any pain. I've wrapped your arm in the holy shroud of Martin to suppress its magic energy. As long as the shroud stays on, it will hinder the arm's invasion of your body to an extent. Wait, to an extent? That is impossible. That's impossible. Wait, what? Dang it, you forgot to add the quotes again, game. Someone is speaking this line. Utterly unplayable. 0 out of 10. Not in the Game of the Year conversation. Well, then again, it wasn't nominated for any of the Game Awards, so this game must suck. That is impossible. I suppose whether you use Archer's arm or not, it will ultimately consume you. If you want to live longer, then grow into a mage that can resist the arm. You might be able to keep it sealed even without the aid of the shroud. I give it about 10 years until the arm devours you. That is how much time he bought you. You can become capable enough to control the arm on your own, or fail and die. Either way, it is hardly an urgent matter. Hardly urgent? Someone just grafted this onto me when I wasn't even looking! No use whining now. Would have died in the forest. Archer's arm transplant saved my life, so would be making light of his sacrifice if I just complained about it, even though I really want to complain about it. Alright, let me thank you. Do I have money to pay him? You helped me out again, Otamine, my best friend. I'll pray it doesn't happen again. If you're well enough to run your mouth, there's no need to worry about you. Leave this place. The idiot Rin is waiting for you in the chapel. Otamine heads for the exit. I get down from bed, put on some clothes that someone left for me. Is it the belt dress again? My left arm can't move, so I kind of just slip on a coat. Alright. Think it won't hurt if I'm careful. Come on, Ilya. Okay, I'm coming. So this has been a bad day. We go outside, we're in the church central garden. Just out of curiosity, how much time is left in this day? Son of a gun! Alright. Let's keep going. The sky is dark. It's already nighttime. I forgot to mention that the Holy Shroud is easily removable if you wish. The choice is yours and yours alone. You're free to use Archer's arm, but I cannot guarantee your safety. Keep that in mind and conduct yourself as best as you can. Thanks, best friend. Good to know he didn't stitch the shroud onto my arm. When we enter the chapel, Tosaka's glaring at me. I feel like I should be glaring at her. Feels like this is partially her fault. Out of everyone here, she's the one I blame the most for this entire thing happening. Don't remember ever glaring at me like that before, but guess I'm glad am I glad she's safe? Couldn't she have died and like Archer lived and I could take her arm? Because she has like a gun arm. Let me have her gun arm. Dang it. Archer's arm sucks. The only friendly servant left is Ryder. Yeah, she won't even look me in the eyes. I mean, she has such an ugly face because she wears a blindfold all the time. Can we really call her friendly? Ugh. Now then, everyone has been treated. Archer's arm was transplanted to Shiro Emiya, and Rin has been detoxified. Do you have any further requests? Is this a... Can we save here? Do we go by Dragon Quest rules? Do we have to save here? Of course not. If I owe you any more favors, I will be putting my own life at risk. I see. Then I suppose that concludes our meeting. But allow me to ask you something as an overseer. What do you intend to do next, Rin? At this point, the Holy Grail War is a failure. Victory is close, and with so few servants remaining, despite this assembly of masters. Osaka goes quiet for a moment. And as Kodamine says, the war's victor is almost decided. Only masters left are Zoken and Sakura. Normally the last survivors would fight, but Sakura can't even disobey Zoken. It looks like he's already won. Zoken Matao will likely decide to either retrieve Sakura Matao or dispose of her. It would be difficult to prevent this, and neither of you are obligated to do so. After all, you have nothing to gain from defeating Zoken. Yeah, because we want him to get the Holy Grail. I'm sure nothing bad would happen to the world if he did that. So you're saying that masters without servants can't get the Holy Grail? Yes. Thus there is no point in any further conflict or combat. It would be the correct choice to quietly return home and wait for the war to conclude. Thanks for the warning. I'm not forfeiting. I am surprised. You mean you haven't given up on the Holy Grail? Of course not. I'm still a master even if I don't have a servant. Don't go deciding on your own that I'll forfeit just because I'm alone. Alright. The fact that we're having this conversation with Kodamine makes me wonder. We saw in Unlimited Blade Works, he was willing to give Gilgamesh to another master. He had his own reasonings for it. But Kodamine really doesn't seem to want Zoken to win. Will he give Gilgamesh to Rin? Or me? Probably not me. I think that is a very strong possibility at this point. I think Rin's going to get Gilgamesh. And everything's going to get bad because it's going to be a triple threat match because Rin ain't going to let Sakura live a happy life. Because Ren's a jerk. And we hate Ren. Alright. Figure out where we're going with this. Oh, true. Quite true. Someone here marched to his death, even without a servant of his own. It seems you won't wave the white flag so easily. Shiro's nothing to do with this. Look, it's my decision. I'm not giving up, and I don't feel like letting Zoken win. If I do either, then it won't help her at all. Osaka. I blink at her in surprise. Why do you look so happy? Look, I'm not copying you or anything, Baka. I'm just not giving up while I still have a chance at the prize. Unlike the way you keep sticking around even though you don't have a chance, you loser. Yeah, I bet. I thought that's what you might say. I don't appreciate your tone, but as long as you get it. Osaka turns away in a huff. She isn't saying that she won't give up on the Holy Grail to Zoken out of a sense of morality. If Zoken wins, can't save Sakura. If you want to save Sakura, then either Sakura has to win the Holy Grail or someone willing to help her. Saka's saying that if someone is going to win, it should be her or Sakura. The only reason she needs to fight Zoken. Osaka can't actually obtain the Holy Grail anymore, but still wants to help her little sister. How about you, Shiro Emiya? Will you still pursue the Holy Grail like Rin? Yeah, I won't stop fighting. I have my own goal, and I can't let Zoken do as he pleases. I see. I will not stop you if that is your choice. You have a fatal lack of combat strength, but Zoken Matau is weak. There may be methods of dealing with it. Alright, methods, huh? Can't see any way to do it alone, but with Tosaka, we might find a way to defeat Zoken. Conversation ends. With our treatment complete, Kotomine states that he has no reason to shelter former masters who do not even want protection and just asks us to get out of here. We were gonna leave anyway. Hey, Ilya. Are you going back to the mansion, the forest? I can drop you off at the edge of it, I guess.
I still have my castle. Sella and Lise will come out if I call for them. I still have a place to go home to. Why are you asking?
The maids get to live in this route! The maids get to live! Yeah! Well, it could be dangerous. I was thinking you could stay at my place if you want. I mean, it'd be more convenient for you to... But okay, we'll drop you off at your house. No problem. Let's dump the child. Dump the child.
Okay, but I'm not coming. That woman is at your house.
Ah. It's a weird thing to say. Well, I look at Tosaka for answers. I'm not sure what Ilya meant by that. Oh, she's giving me a look to say not to drag her into this. Great, I got this then. Ah, so you have chosen Sakura Matau, Shiro Emiya. Kotomine? I do not mind taking Il Chevalier. Zoken would only try to abduct her again if she went back to that castle. No, I'm taking Ilya in. No, I want... my home is for, like, Sakura and Taiga and not Evil Saber. That is who I want living in the house. Kirei is hearing the well, we are gossiping, like, right in front of him. It's kind of hard for him not to hear it. Heck no, I need to borrow Ilya.
No thanks. I'll decide where I'm going to stay.
She just throws a monkey wrench into everything and says,
I'm going to stay with the Mataus.
That is disappointing to hear. Then I suppose Ilchevel will be staying at the Tosaka mansion.
Don't be stupid. The Einsberg master would never live at a Tosaka house.
That's so. Where are you going to go? You won't stay with Shiro. You don't want to go back to the church, and my house isn't good enough for you. Guess you're going back to that stupid castle then, right?
I know that. That's my atelier to begin with. So I don't need to rely on other masters. I can take care of myself. I'm a big girl now.
Wow, really? Shiro saved your life, and you're just going to run back to the castle without any gratitude. Hear that, Emiya? She doesn't even like you. She's saying your house is too stuffy for her. Don't call Sakura stuffy. What are you talking about, Rin?
What are you talking about, Rin? I never said.
You're saying it right. You're saying it right now. You don't want to go to Emiya's house because you don't want to rely on him. You'd feel better back at your castle.
That's true, but I need to go back to the castle because I should stay away from Shiro.
Huh? I see. You don't only want to avoid asking him for help. You don't even like him personally. Why didn't you say so earlier? It's okay. You're not hurting my feelings at all. Tosaka ruthlessly prods Ilya. Oh, this is bad. Don't have to worry, this is going to turn into a fight that is only going to be settled with blood.
That's not true. I never said I don't like Shiro. There's something else I don't like.
See? You're so popular, Emiya. Tosaka snickers quietly. Thanks for the help, Tosaka. You ruined my life at every possible turn. Ilya glares at her. So whose house is Ilya going to? The answer is clear. She's going to go live with Taiga! Okay, she's going to live at my house instead. That's fine. I guess. Osaka and Ilya leave the chapel arguing. You say they actually kind of get along pretty well. Conversation's over. It's our problem here on out, and I have nothing else to discuss with this priest. Nope, we're not going to get any more backstory on anything. I start to leave the chapel following Tosaka, when behind me I hear, "Do not forget, Shiro Emiya. You no longer have a body that can... It can fight. It can probably only fight like once, though, before exploding." A warning from the priest, which I've come to expect by now. Not true. I can't use my left arm, but I can still fight. I can learn how to kick stuff. I see. How is Sakura Matao's health, by the way? Sakura's health? I'm a little surprised. I thought he'd say something more, you know, evil. Why is he being nice and asking how Sakura's feeling? What's gotten into you? Why are you worried about Sakura? You misunderstand. I was talking about your body. Listen well, Shiro Emiya. Your condition may be precarious, but Sakura Matao carries an even more disastrous bomb. You may be fine as long as you do not fight, but Sakura Matao is falling apart with each passing hour. That is why you cannot stop fighting, even if you know it will hasten your demise. Shiro Emiya must fight if he wishes to save Sakura Matao. But as you are now, battle would be suicide. Do you understand that saving Sakura Matao means killing yourself? So what? It's none of your business. Saying I'm saving Sakura. That hasn't changed. No matter what happens with my body, no matter how many different body parts get stitched on. Although, can we get Rin back here? I would not say no to her gun arm. I see. Self-sacrifice is indeed a beautiful idea. I wonder if that is all the girl really means to you. What'd you say? This is my last warning, Shiro Emiya. Yeah, it's a fair thing to say, knowing Shiro, the self-sacrificing idiot that he is. He's making a fair statement. Letting her live is an act of greed. Do not forget that if you want Sakura Matao to survive. Go outside. Sokka and Ilya are waiting. Ilya's looking at the sky, looking kind of chilly. Meanwhile, Sokka's staring at me and can tell she's about to complain. Oh, Rin's about to complain about something. Surprise, surprise. That took a while, Shiro. What were you talking about with Kirei? He's just being a jerk like always. More importantly, there's something I'm curious about. Should I even ask it? Sokka. You're just gonna use my first name now? Fine, we're short on time, so I will be brief. Things are super serious, and our chances kind of suck right now if we go alone. I let you off the hook yesterday, so you better be grateful. Sokka makes a haughty expression, just says something even more patronizing. Great. It's hard to understand, but if I were to guess at this point she's making. Osaka, are you saying? Yeah, I'm saying we gotta work together, idiot. Bet you aren't feeling great fighting alone either. We both want to take down Zoken, so I'm teaming up with you if that's what you want. He goes on giving me a dissatisfied look. Finally, the light bulb goes off in my head. This son proposal is the best thing that could happen to me right now. Thanks, Osaka. I owe you big time. You're the best help I could ask for. I shake her hand vigorously and invade her personal space. It happens to me often enough. I deserve to do it to other people too. What's wrong with me? I'm being a little bit silly right now, but so happy I can't help myself. Okay, I get it. You're thankful, so time out. Osaka backs away, and also... He's been staring at my arm. Let me ask you first, do you know whose arm that is? Huh? Yeah, of course. He pauses. Okay, Shiro. From now on, you're my servant. Of course. Why did I propose the Gilgamesh thing? This was obviously the choice. He's obviously going to enslave me. You're the worst, Ren. You are actually... In a game with a lot of people I hate, Ren, you're somehow climbing. Somehow climbing the rankings. My servant saved you, so it's only fair. He says something outrageous, of course. Ah! I don't... What? No! No, I don't understand this! I try to jumpstart my brain to process what you just said. What are you talking about? That is absurd ownership claim. Good. Ilya gives her answer. You're off base to begin with. Shiro already belongs to me, so you can't have... I hate both of you. I hate all of you. Can I go back to the girl? Can I go back to my house to the girl who's going to misery me? Why is she the most sane option right now? Why is the girl who actively chopped my arm off for the sake of our love the best option out of these three psychopaths? She's mad about the wrong thing entirely. You sure know how to talk big. Do you really think he belongs to you just because you let him go once? Then that goes for me too. I got really mad when he showed up one time at school like he's an idiot because he is an idiot. I almost tore him a new one. Almost shot him in the face. You can't control your own temper. I've been letting Shiro run free every day. So his life obviously belongs to me. I get to decide whether he lives or dies, whether he's a tree or a doll, whether I cut his head off or not. You have nothing to do with it. Back off, lady. I have nothing to do with it. Do you know how involved I've been the entire time? Don't underestimate me. Archer left him to me, so I need to shoulder that responsibility and make sure he survives. I can hear their teeth gnashing as they glare daggers at each other. I'll wait for the argument to conclude. Can I declare sanctuary right now? I'd rather hang out with Kirei all day than any of these women right now. Well, no matter who wins, I lose. Son of a gun. So, who do you choose? That's what I thought the argument was going over. They decided to just turn their last choice over to me. What? I'm asking whose servant are you going to be? We haven't heard your opinion yet. Not that objects get to have opinions. So just make it clear now. Yes, Rin hasn't noticed that you don't want to go with her. You didn't need to spell it out to her because she's an idiot. Tell her, Shiro, you're mine, right? I hate you all. It's not worth considering. The person who has the right to order me... Dang it! Why? Why is this a choice? No! I reject reality! No! I hate them both! I choose misery. I'm going to go home, get my arm eaten, get my legs broken, and I'm going to be happy with my sick purple-haired wife. But that's not a choice. Fine. Can a timer run out on me? Please? I hate Tosaka more than Ilya right now, so Ilya, I guess. Ilya, I guess. Say the first thing that comes to mind.
Yay, you're one lucky duck, Shiro.
Are you going to turn me into a duck? Are you going to project my mind into that now? A real duck or a rubber duck? These are important questions, Ilya. I need you to answer them. Ilya hugs me. As an older brother figure, I'm more than happy about that. Why say that? Don't be weird, Shiro. But Tosaka doesn't look amused in the slightest. Kind of enough to cancel out the joy, and actually this puts me in the negative. You like making children happy, huh? You're pretty childish yourself, Emiya. Don't tell me you're into little... I hate this game. Oh, I hate this game right now. Really hate this game right now. To make matters worse, she's back to calling me Emiya. And calling me a pedophile. Are we just going to overlook that she did that? Give me a wince-inducing look reserved for the dregs of society. And we're missing a quote again. How dare this game?
You're embarrassing yourself, Ren. It isn't very ladylike to lose your temper because you got dumped. That's why Shiro doesn't like you.
You don't know what you're talking about, you precocious little brat. I'm just stating normal societal values. First of all, who are you calling dumped? I hate everything. Tosaka roars like Taiga. Ilya giggles and hugs me more. Personal space!
See, Shiro, Rin's so scary. But don't worry, I'll protect you no matter what she tries.
You're right about the first part, at least. I will happily use you as a human shield against Rim. I will accept that. Ilya beams. I'm happy to see that. Twice as happy as I was a moment ago. Great. Now I'm getting a look so cold and judgmental I can't defend myself. Can we just move on here? Got something to say, say it. It's nothing. Your taste has nothing to do with me, Emiya. I have criticisms, but I'm not going to voice them. You already called me a pedophile. Seriously, why? She asked me bluntly, however. Because it didn't give me the third choice of run away. What do you mean, why? I'm not sure why I chose Ilya. It's because the game forced me to make a choice. And you're ticking me off more than her right now. But the game's not going to let me vocalize that. I can't believe this. Are you seriously one of those people? Like hell I am. I just picked her because I felt like it. I'm like her guardian or something. Like, I have to choose her. The man don't protest too much. Shiro's my servant now. I hate everything. Tosaka looks exasperated while Ilya just jumps for joy. Looks like you've got your fighting spirit back. If you're going to insist it that hard, I will respect your choice, but I feel bad for... I would have chosen Sakura if that was the choice. As I said, with the way you two are acting, I will take the misery situation. I'm curious. I am very curious what choice she thinks I'm making. Don't forget, even if you don't use it, that arm belongs to me. You have an obligation to serve me in Archer's place. Your body doesn't belong to you anymore. Kinda right. Sakala's Archer, and Archer's arm saved my life. I do have to help her, I guess. I think that's how the law works. I know, setting aside the fact that you keep calling me a servant, I will let you decide our next step. Kind of out of ideas at this point, so any knowledge you can spare would give me an idea of what the heck we're supposed to be doing. That's right. I do the thinking, you do the work. We're in the same boat, so I'll be working you hard. How's the flowchart looking?
Still not close.
That's right. No matter what our history is. Got a new left arm, thanks to Archer. And he passed on while still had his pact with Tosaka, then it isn't wrong of me to inherit that promise, I guess, or something. Alright, let's split up for now. I'm going home. You go ahead, Shiro. Wait, you're coming over too? I don't want everyone to be here at the sleepover. I kind of have like a finger thing I need to... me and Sakura have a finger thing we need to do. And I'd rather you two not be around for that. That sounded worse than it was. Though it is pretty bad. If you view it as a metaphor. Good grief. Just when I think you're getting the hang of this, you space out. I made a mistake after all. Osaka sighs dramatically and goes the opposite path. Come on, Ilya, my house is this way. Wait, why are you going with Tosaka? I'll be a bitch. Rin said she needed my help. I'll come over as soon as we're finished. Ah, Ilya's gonna help Tosaka. Fine. Get out of my hair, both of you. Please. Really, we could use a secret weapon or two with things the way they are. And there are some lids that I can't open that an Iceburn mage might be able to. Though I would like to avoid digging up any Tosaka heirlooms if we can help it. If Grandmaster Kishur's souvenirs are what I think they are, I can't handle them by myself. And I should come too. I'm not interested in Kishur's relics, but Zelschleicher sounds pretty nice. Zelrech mentioned. Hi, Zelschleicher, whoever you are. Ilya just pivots and runs after Tosaka with her skirt fluttering. Kishler Zelschleicher? I'm confused. Whatever. Going to ignore those ladies. Just go home to my misery. Another interlude where horrible things I'm sure aren't happening. Hey, it's our buddy! The guests have gone. The chapel returns to its usual silence, and the priest gazes up at a statue. Are you sure about letting the Holy Grail go? Hey, buddy. Are you sure about letting the Holy Grail go? A voice comes from behind him. A young blonde-haired man asks the priest a question in a amused tone, as if he'd been lurking nearby. I do not mind. I was never fixated on it to begin with. If the Grail goes to them, then I will not stop it. I suppose you won't. If you are truly as free of desire as you always claimed, wouldn't make sense for you to keep the Grail in check. The young man suppresses a laugh. It's as if he's mocking the priest's words. As well as his own choice of free of desire. Of course, the priest really means it. The blonde man simply doesn't understand the priest never had any desires in his life at all. In fact, Kirei Kotomine does not need the power of the Holy Grail. All he has is his earnest pursuit. The Holy Grail should respond to its own wishes. It is a wish granter that can only give answers that one approves of, to questions that arise from oneself. And what meaning is there in an answer that one wished for? Only give answers that one approves of. So saying just like the Holy Grail will grant wishes, but it's just like the Holy Grail is going to be like, I pick what wishes I approve and how to approve them. We kind of knew that to an extent. Kotomine, I ask again, do you truly lack any interest in the Holy Grail? I have no use for a granter of wishes. I am sure that applies to you as well, Gilgamesh. Both of our goals are not wishes of our own. We simply pursue pleasure because we think the outcome would be amusing. It is no different from a meal. One should make one's wishes come true as well, but this cannot save a human. The priest keeps looking up at the statue. Beyond it, at a time more than 10 years passed when he still waited for his wish to come true. He was born to a traveling priest in the year 1967. Why are we flashing back to Ilya's attic? What? He was told that his name Kirai was a prayer. His father named him thus, hoping that he would be pure and beautiful. The son grew up as his father hoped. From a young age, he was a surprisingly insightful youth who possessed good morals and wisdom. His father was happy to be blessed with a worthy successor, and the son understood his father's joy. The son excelled as making his father happy. That was probably why his father valued him so. With that in mind, the boy matured according to his father's ideals. He had no doubts that he could not love his father and was only appeasing his expectation was a separate matter. The boy named Kirai grew up healthy and sound. There was just one problem. He was always confused by what his father called beautiful. He became aware of this discrepancy one morning. On that day, he woke up, rose from his bed, and realized. He was not sure why he realized it at that moment. In fact, he was troubled he had not noticed it sooner. In any case, he realized he had forgotten something. His father prayed for him to be beautiful, and named him Kira. That was what the boy had always questioned. All of the things his father considered beautiful. Not once in his life had he ever felt the same about them. That is all there was to it. He thought moths were beautiful, not butterflies. Poisonous plants, not roses. Evil, not good. Even though he had common sense, believed in morals, and understood that being good was just, the boy was born with a fascination that everything was the opposite of it. Nobody could understand his agony. Even Kirai himself could not tell whether he was truly in anger. Still, he tried his best. Once again, feels like a lot of things would be different if someone just went to see a therapist. He continued to seek purity and beauty, values that he never had in the beginning. He flayed his own skin, tore out his muscle, plucked out his bones. If he lacked it in his heart, then he might be able to find it somewhere in his body. He did not seek physical suffering. To begin with, believers like them valued spiritual penance over physical toil. During those virtuous deeds, the boy stopped eating. According to the morals he was taught and believed, if he was born a sinner, it was only right he suffered a fitting punishment. This continued for another 10 years. He never found the values that he sought, but arrived at another conclusion in their place. It was nothing impressive. In the end, he realized he was born without the ability to feel what other humans called happiness. It is considered good and correct for people to be happy. Charity, trust, glory, security. He realized he was born with a defect, an inability to derive joy from such things. He only found delight in the suffering of others, their killing, their love and hate, their downfall. It was only in these negative things the boy felt happiness. What made him unhappy was the fact that he had such a strong sense of morality, in spite of his thinking power. Having realized this at a young age, the boy endeavored with all his might to overcome his ability to reconcile his own values with those of the world around him. instead of accepting himself and living in pursuit of his own pleasure when he could not find joy, when he could not find joy in other things that people considered good. He attempted to save himself by making himself more human. He walked a path of faith and began to preach about life like his father. It was said that God would forgive all, then perhaps even someone born with a fatal flaw could be saved as well. But only a cruel outcome awaited him. He followed God's teaching, obeyed his laws, and lived a simple life. He never found any greater pleasure. The suffering. Even as he believed in the church doctrine and forbid any immortality, he felt nothing but corrupt thoughts. Of course, it was not painful for him. He was seeking something he never had. He had lost nothing in the process, so there was nothing to lament. By the time the priest grew into a man, he was left with only one question. Why? Why, among all the lives he could have lived, did he find joy? Sin. If a deviant like him felt affirmed by committing sin and getting drunk on corruption, that would make sense. If he stood to benefit from the vice, if he hurt others for his own greed and used the profit to further gain, that would be logical. And yet, why did he never once face a choice to turn from good deeds? He was born outside the rules and would die, cut off from the rest of the world. What did it all mean? Did it mean he was born broken and destined to inflict harm on the world? All while lecturing about values, comprehending morals, and enforcing justice. He concluded that such evil could not, should not exist. But so what? If such a person could exist, then why was he born anyway? Yes. If something is flawed from the start, then it needs simply not be created. The world hates evil and purges its fault. And yet something that nobody wished was born living a life that awaited only exclusion. Where is my sin? The man kept asking. What he gained from his long anguish and blind faith was not salvation, only a question. It was not suffering, but a pure riddle, a feeling of anger with no place to go. Then why did you become a master if you have no desire, and you don't need the Holy Grail? The man's question snapped him out of his reverie. The priest, Kirai Kotomine, nods in self-mockery. I never needed the Grail. I was interested in its contents. 10 years ago, I sought it out because I wanted to let it exist as it is. No matter what the Holy Grail may be, I bless it for trying to give birth. That is my time. Even if you don't care at all what it gives birth to. Of course, I was uninterested in its contents the last time as well. I was only driven by my displeasure of a man who was my polar opposite. What the priest thinks. He is interested in Kirai Kotomine's conclusion. In the end, a man who can only find happiness in the suffering of others. Though Matowski's, the birth of yet another Holy Grail. The thing called all the evil in the world, created by the people yet unwanted by them. If such a being can truly be conceived, that must be the whereabouts of good and evil. Something which was stuffed in a shell but never allowed to hatch. There is no answers to be found in the Holy Grail. It is a wish-granter which gives form to its master's desires. Thus it cannot grant revelations to someone without any desire. Yep, all the evil in the world. Lots of evil. This Holy Grail will give me no answers, but if it gives birth to something that can. What? The young man narrows his eyes. The priest laughs in front of the statue. Kotomine. His smile is like that of a dying woman. To think that this unfeeling man could make such an expression? The answer is nearly upon me, even if my question is blasphemy. Looking up the statue, the priest's eyes are not laughing. Then, like an angel descending upon the earth, then I swear before the Almighty, I will question the Lord unto death with all my might. He gazes off into the distant sky, a curse burning in his eye. Seriously, like Kodamine, I genuinely really love Kodamine. He's probably my favorite character. I really am fascinated by a character. I think he's a really fun character to have in this game. And I'm glad we finally got like the full-on backstory. Like, I was a little disappointed by him in Fate. I was more pleased, but like we didn't really get to see the full extent of Kodamine in Unlimited Blade Works. But it's like, I'm loving that we're just like hanging out with Kodamine, and Kodamine is just like, yeah, I just want to see what's going to happen. I'm messed up. I'm okay with that. I'm going to see others hurt, and I just want to see how things turn out. I want to see if that amuses me. I hope it does. Kodamine. I hope Kodamine is in more games. I really do. I want more Kodamine. Like, he's a great antagonist, and he's just a great character. Go up the hill. There's no life in the town. Still only 8 or 9 o'clock, but not only is there no one outside, the town doesn't even have the warmth of people living in it. Erg! Find myself leaning on the fence. Left arm is burning. Maybe I stopped being as tense once I was alone, but my left arm has been kind of hurting a whole lot. Putting someone else's arm through a lot, so of course it would. Hard time catching my breath. The heat is spreading through my left arm with each step. Its temperature is rising. Whenever it gets too far away from a normal body temperature, fresh pain stabs into my chest from the tip of the shoulder. Hurts on my end too, not just the arm. Press my back against the wall and take a nice deep breath. I've more or less gotten used to how pain works. Like refrigeration. For whatever reason, my left arm becomes hot whenever I move. Once enough heat builds up in the arm, it gets dumped through my body. Pain comes from the heat burning my body. I have the acute sensation of something foreign being injected, and it feels more like being cut than heated. Every time the red vertigo comes, I feel a long blade stab me in the shoulder. I feel like I hear a grinding sound in my body. To be honest, not sure how much more of this I could take. I mean, Berserker disemboweled me, and Riders caved my ribcage in. Even though I've experienced damage like that, the thought of my own arm stabbing the rest of my body is giving me chills. Now, if I can stop my body temp from getting worse, should be able to make this thing behave. Man, after being sick for basically like a week and a half, I get this sentence a lot. Look up at the night sky as I study my breathing. It's already been 20 minutes since I parted ways with Tosaka and Ilya. Or I would have gotten home by now, but I can't let Sakura see me this winded and sweaty. Oh, I can't let her see me sweaty until after finger stuff. Just let my left arm's problems resolve themselves. Dang it, Kodamine, go back to our normal life. I'm never getting used to this thing. My left arm can't so much as twitch. This is as hard as iron. Hey, not sweating anymore? Breathing is getting close to regular. Getting late, so better look as peppy as I can. Say hi to Sakura. Also tell her 2 girls are moving in with us. We better tell her that. We really should tell her that they're moving in. Don't let it be like the second they move in with like their suitcases be the first time Sakura hears about this. Honey, I'm home. Take a deep breath and announce myself as I walk in the front door. Welcome home, senpai. Sakura's already at the entrance like she's been waiting the entire time. Why do you look so down? Glad you came to greet me, but kinda hard to be happy when you're making a face like that. Take off my shoes and I go into the corridor. Let's just ignore the fact that my arm looks weird and I'm not moving it. Please, let's ignore that forever, Sakura. I want to rest my body. I'll go to the living room, have a cup of tea, or I kind of tell Sakura what happened today. Nah, shouldn't do that. Probably tell her before I have the tea. I mean, I guess Tosaka's going to be here soon. Yeah, thank you. Please tell her about Tosaka and Ilya moving on. I don't explain the situation. Sakura's going to be on guard. About today, Sakura. Senpai, you aren't going to say anything? Before I can finish, Sakura asked me a faltering question. Say what exactly? It's not like something super important happened today. Sakura's silent. He's looking at my left arm. Oh yeah! Yeah, I'd be surprised if I were you too. Surprise! It's wrapped in thick cloth that is clearly more than just a bandage. Sakura might not know what happened, but anyone would notice that. Yeah, it's just a tiny bit hurt, but I can move just fine. No big deal. This wrap is actually in the way. But Kodamine told me not to take it off. Gave me some medical treatment, so I'm gonna do what he says. Pat my left arm to show that it's super duper great, but it just makes Sakura get quiet. Sakura, I'm totally cool. It just looks bad. It's just a scratch. It's gotta get better soon. No need to worry about it. That isn't a scratch. It isn't even your arm. How can you say that? You can't even move your fingers. Even I won't be fooled by such obvious lies, you liar. Are you not telling me because you don't trust me to understand? Yeah, she's lashing out. Yeah, turns out Shiro Emiya is an idiot. But we all knew that. Didn't consider what Sakura must have felt like staying home by herself all day. Sakura. Sorry, I don't mean to blame you. I just want you to take better care of yourself and, Oh, you're right, but you're also wrong. I'm not a... Dang it, we missed the start of a quote again. So, it's like the third time today. Dang it, game, you suck. No, you're right, but you're also wrong. I'm not upset you yelled at me, but... Surprised and sorry because... First time I've seen you super duper angry at me. You're sorry? Yeah. No, I shouldn't bluff, especially in front of you. I think I just didn't want you to see me being lame. So I just pretended everything's great, but doing that just made it worse. It's only normal you'd be upset. No, I never thought you looked lame. You look super duper cool and totally handsome. Oh, I'm definitely lame. He definitely is lame. What was I thinking? Hoping not to make her worry by telling her nothing? I was trying to put on a strong front for Sakura. Sorry. They kinda got me good. My arm got fixed somehow, but I couldn't help you. That's not true. You did great. I wasn't watching anything, Baka, but you look super duper cool. Huh. Man, I was pathetic back there, so hurts to hear that. Couldn't help Billy as much as I wanted. All I could do was run away. But you still came home to me. I'm so happy you kept your promise. Yeah, me too. Scratch my head bashfully. Still, though, both happy and embarrassed. Yeah, I survived. That's enough, right? Yes, you're very dashing. Falling for you all over again. Sakura seems to cheer up incredibly, but has given me a sunny grin. Kinda don't know what to say to that, so I just, Hey, what am I supposed to say now, Tosaka? Who knows, but if you want my opinion, I wish you two wouldn't just flirt this much in the doorway. fantastic. Well, we failed to warn her that they were moving in before they got here. Great. I turned to Tosaka, who's right behind me. Huh? Our surprised voices harmonize. Sakura and I take a surprise half step back. How long have you been there? Tosaka, what are you doing in our house? We exclaim our shock in unison, too. Don't give me that. Just when I thought you were filling her in, I catch you two having a friendly spat. Do you even understand how urgent things are right now, Shiro? Tosaka sets an Arwenite bag down at the entrance. And behind her, I see Ilya standing silently, looking very tense. Tosaka, I don't mind if you want to continue things from last night. Senpai is protecting me. I'll fight you with everything I have as a Metal Mage. Sakura balls her hands into fists and enters a staring match with Tosaka. Fight, fight, fight. Can't fight! Oh, it's more like a frog desperately standing up to a snake that spotted its prey. He still hasn't told you. Hey, Sakura. We're tabling your disposal for the time being. My first priority is defeat Soken. I can settle things with you later. Though, once we meet Soken, I won't need to fight you anymore, so hopefully it's all just going to work out. You're... I'm helping you. Stop forgetting how to do quotes! I'm helping you. No, I'm helping Shiro defeat Soken. But it would be a waste of a lot of time if I lived far away. So I'm going to start living here from tonight. I'm still going to train him, and it's going to take some Spartan training to get him into fighting shape. On that note, I'm barring Shiro for a while. It's going to be a rough treatment, but I'm sure you won't mind. Why? Rento Saga starts laying out my schedule without any input from me. What about we need finger time? Sakura needs finger time. Wait, Tosaka, this is too sudden. You can't do that. Who gave you the right to decide that, Tosaka-senpai? Mentally prepare myself, you know. I need to mentally prepare myself? I meekly protest. Of course, my opinion is just rejected by Sakura's outcry and Tosaka's glance. Oh, so all I need is the right to decide? I have that too. He's only alive because of me. Until Shiro repays that debt, he has to do what I say. If I order him to surrender his home or cook for me 3 meals a day, he's gonna comply, won't he? Tosaka, people are bound to get the wrong idea when you say it like that. And you're the worst. It can't be. Is that true, senpai? I'm not happy about how she made it sound, but there's like a little bit of truth to that. Plus, it's better to have more allies. Soken sucks. And if Tosaka's with us, that makes it easier to protect you. Besides, Tosaka's like your sister or something. I'd prefer if we were all together as a family and stuff. Don't want them to fight. I understand. If that's what you've decided, I'll go along with it. Sakura looks away. That settles it. I'm coming in. Come on, Shiro, take me to a guest room. I saw a separate guest house on the way. Oh, where do you want to sleep, Ilya? It doesn't matter, but not close to her. Is that so? I guess you can have the tatami room then. How do you know the layout of my house? Tosaka and Ilya just casually banter. They seem close enough to be on a first-name basis now. Great. Great. Oh yeah, Sakura, that's Ilya. Berserker kind of got defeated. We saved her, so she's staying with us like Tosaka is, so please don't murder her. And introduce Sakura and Ilya to each other. Hi, Sakura. I hear you're the daughter of the Mikiris, but I won't hold that against you. You seem like you know Shiro, so I'll give you special treatment. Okay, I will treat you the same way. Ah, well, that was all the greeting. Ilya just leaves Tosaka and walks to the living room. As she does. Oh, she mad. Oh, she mad at us. Oh, no. I said Sakura watching her with cold eyes. Oh, no. And it comes and goes like a storm. Okay, call it a storm would be a little misleading, more like a doldrum where you lose track of time because there is no wind, and then it ends before you know it. Anyway, dinner sucks. Should I make dinner then? It'll be like having soba noodles for housewarming. Tosaka starts cooking on her own, and I'm forced to admit she's better at it than me. Sakura's Western-style cooking might barely measure up. But Tosaka, you're good at cooking? Sakura's stunned, but ends up eating too. And I was stressed out by everything. Sakura's looking downtrodden, not to mention the awkward vibes. As a result, I couldn't enjoy the cooking and spent the hour just being reminded of what a stupid overachiever Rin is. And then I've got some stuff to prep in my room, so I'm turning in for the night. We'll hash out the details tomorrow morning. Get sleep, everyone. She even washes all the dishes until they're spotless. I'm going to my room. Everyone's tired after the forest, so we better sleep. I don't know if that was a dig at Sakura, but Ilya just leaves without looking at her. What the heck is going on? Everything's going as Tosaka predicted, although Ilya's being a jerk too. The way she's treating Sakura is super mean. Why is Ilya so gruff with her the first time meeting? The Ainsburns and Makiris must not get along, I guess. Well, according to the Code of Mini, the Ainsburns, Makiris, and Tosakos were all prestigious mage families. Apparently Ainsburns have the most authority, so maybe Ilya thinks Tosaka and Sakura are beneath her. Huh. Hope she doesn't give you the wrong impression, Sakura. Ilya can be difficult when she's in a bad mood, but I'm sure you're gonna get along with her. She's just shy towards strangers. Hey, Sakura doesn't answer. I watch her until she falls limply backwards. Sakura! I catch her by the shoulders. Senpai, what's wrong? Why are you making such a scary face? She didn't even realize it. She was asking what's happening, but wasn't about to faint. It's nothing. I let go of her shoulders. Looks like that was enough to make her notice. I'm sorry, I was a little tired, so I fell asleep. She apologized for something she doesn't even understand. Yeah, I bet you haven't had much rest the last 2 days. Sure, Tosaka, let's go to sleep. You don't need to make yourself stay awake. Right, I'll take you up on that. I feel better tomorrow if I get a good night's sleep. Since Tosaka took care of us, I'll make breakfast tomorrow morning. I'll cook what you like for breakfast. And she stands up with a mischievous grin, and her gait seems steady. Coming to her bedroom would probably backfire right now. Sakura's telling me she's okay. I guess I should believe her. Alright, go ahead and show her who's boss. You're a last line of defense, Sakura, to be honest. Kinda need to hit back up to Sakura or we're done for. Count on me. I'll knock her out in one punch. Are you going to punch her while she's asleep? Not necessarily against the plan. It does sound promising. I'll do what I can to help too. Let's sleep early night, then we'll meet up in the kitchen at 6 in the morning. Once again, they forgot the start of the quote. Game sucks. Guess I'll be waiting, Senpai. Sakura gives me a polite bow and then leaves. Just before she's gone, though. Senpai, please don't tell my sister what just happened earlier. Says in a strained voice without turning around. Yeah, you just dozed off. It isn't worth mentioning. Right, good night, Senpai. Is Shiro letting Kotomine's words get to him about Sakura? about Sakura basically being a dead woman walking. Slides the door shut. Sakura goes off to the guest house without looking back. She must mean her fainting spell. Sakura isn't recovering as well as she hoped. But Amina says she only has days left. Regardless of what Soken wants to do with her, she isn't stable. Like she's been trying to put on a strong front. She'll be fine. But she insists on telling us because she doesn't want us to worry. Sister, huh? Sakura never refers to Saka that way except when we're alone. And only when something's weighing on her mind. Can't stop herself from wishing for help. She calls Tosaka big sister. And they have a complicated family. We destroy that wall, then they can get back to being regular siblings. That'd be the best thing to do for Sakura. Now they're off to a rocky start, but there's hope. So that's coming, but this could be a good chance to tear down that wall. The day won't end. Ever. Ever. So hot. Open my eyes. I cannot sleep. Pajamas are heavy with sweat, and I kick off the covers. Forehead, finding that it is slick with enough sweat to soak the kitchen rag. Fantastic. Can't think straight. Did the summer light heat cook my brain? Think as hard as I can, but I can't tell what is. Are we sleepwalking? Uh-oh. Go out in the yard. Need to cool off burning body. Was the room hot or was it just me? Thinking sucks. I'll just sleep in a shed. It's cold there. Doesn't matter. Stabbing pain drives me to knees. Kneel over, panting hard. Wait, clutch my arm. Source of the pain. Still wrapped in the holy shroud. Man, my arm is going to be very stinky if I have to keep this thing. Can I take it off to wash? Oh, I really should have asked Kodamine that. Move it, but it's wrapped so tightly the blood is cut off. Wonder if it's the cloth that's hurting me. Maybe it'll go back to normal if I just take this off. It is a very enticing delusion. I haven't even seen what's under the cloth. Not that I don't believe what the priest said, but what if he's wrong? I mean, maybe there's nothing wrong with my arm at all. Maybe if I just unwrap, it'll just be the same old arm as always. Can't possibly be made of steel. I mean, the only reason I can't move because it's just bound up so tightly. If I unwrap it, surely Shiro isn't delusional enough. I heavily lean towards don't take it off. I trust what Kodamine said. It's just like, hey, don't take this off yet. It feels like let's face it, we're going to take it off at some point. It needs to be like a life-threatening situation, and this ain't a life-threatening situation yet. We don't take this off. Even though our arm is going to get super stinky. Ooh. Breathe out the gloom that collected my lungs. Man, that was a silly thought. How's believing in delusion supposed to help me out? And Tosaka saw this. She'd be real mad. It'll be okay. Can't move my arm, but I still have plenty of options. Plenty of other stuff to worry about. Big problem is Sakura, not the arm. Seems interject, but she could collapse at any time. I need to defeat Soken and obtain the Holy Grail before then. I can worry about myself after. I'll beat Soken. Excuse me. I'll beat Soken, an assassin with one arm. They're not the only enemies. Facing a mysterious shadow thing, which happened to remind me of Sakura, but I only thought that for like a split second, so probably we're going to ignore that. Oh yeah, also Saber. Hi, Saber. Don't know the story behind it. No idea what that shadow is or how Saber became Zoken's servant. All I know is she's my... I guess technically she's Zoken's servant. I thought she was more of the Shadow's servant than Zoken. I thought Caster would be Zoken's servant because I didn't think the Shadow was what killed Caster. I thought it was Assassin. Like, maybe the Shadow is what killed her, but I thought, like, Assassin, like, ate her body or something. Am I misremembering that? All I know is she's mad at me. Actually, I do know something. I don't have a chance of beating her, and I do not know what the dull pain in my arm is going to turn into next. I am at a bad disadvantage. I am starting to lose sight of even who I am anymore. How the heck do I protect Sakura like this? I hear footsteps and stand up. Someone's behind me. I can tell who's here without even needing to turn around. Black-clad servant is as stoic as ever. She wouldn't even announce herself with that much noise, so I guess she did it for my benefit. Thanks. What do you want, Ryder? Not that it matters, but Ryder is, like, super tall. Something must be wrong with me to suddenly care about that. No, it's nothing, Ryder. You're taller than me, right? I've seen you a few times. I was just noticing. I was laughing because I'm so oblivious. We're not shrinking, are we? That would be awkward.
先ほどは苦しんでいるように見えましたが、いらぬ気遣いだったようですね。
Did we get hit with a shrink ray and I didn't realize it? Does me or does Ryder sound kind of angry? Anyway, Ryder, you came to help me? I can't remember anything, but I feel like you carried me from the forest.
あなたたちを運んだのは私です。さくらはあなたを守れと言った。
Oh, I appreciate that, but that means she used magic energy. God dang it, so... Ryder's voice is flat. Doesn't contain any malice or even pity. Just stating the facts. Ryder, can I ask something? Okay. Would you kill Sakura if she lost all her command spells? I mean, a master who runs out of command spells would typically get attacked by their own servant. And if Sakura and Ryder don't have a bond of trust, then Ryder will just ruthlessly kill Sakura and use her body as fuel. Ryder's only protecting Sakura as her servant. It doesn't seem like it's out of any genuine affection. Just need to determine her intentions. Would you kill her? And you won't attack her even if she doesn't have a command spell. I am too. I am too, Ryder. Wait, really? A woman having emotions? No! No, sorry, I had the wrong idea. You just didn't seem like, you know, you had those. Sakura and I are the same in that sense. What? Ryder's monologuing. Ryder's voice takes on a clearly warm tone. From her appearance, I imagined her to be more cold and ruthless, but now I'm wondering if she's truly a gentle soul. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I'm very happy to know that Sakura has you on her side. Mostly, and it sucked. I have like I have a general idea. So I've already heard from Kodamina's lips what happened. I don't. That's why I don't think I should talk about it. Yeah, I'm the lowest of the mages. Even I know what kind of person Zokin is. I need to imagine the awful things he's capable of, and it'd probably be close to the truth. Still, I could never claim to understand what Sakura's been through.
でしょうね。桜はあなたに知られないように努めてきた。そのあなたがここで別れ
Little over the top, but sure. For Sakura's sake.
けれどあなたは未熟で不器用ですが、その真にあるものは信用に足ります。だからこそ長い間、彼女の中には諦めしかなかった。そこに変化が生じたのは、あなたと知り合ってからです。シロ。
Yay, Shiro helping with emotion stuff, even though he sucks with his own.
痛みと苦しみですが、それでも諦めるだけだった彼女にとって、あなたは唯一確か
I
に
can't quite read the intent behind what Ryder's saying. Don't know why she came to love me when she suffered on a level I could never relate to, but her words are sincere, coming from someone who shares her senses with her master. Ryder's quiet. It's like she's speaking on Sakura's behalf.
シロ、さくらにとってはこの2年間こそが幸福だった。
Her voice contains a quiet sadness and gratitude.
私が尋ねたかったのはそれだけです。さくらの幸福はあなたが生きてそばにいてくれるということ。
I know she's going to misery
それ
me,
以外に彼女
but I
が
have
望むもの
accepted
など
that.
ない。
It's better than the alternative. Ryder examines me through her blindfold. Her expression inquires if I understand the significance of what she's saying. Sakura Matao, Zero Emi is fighting this war as a threat to her happiness. Ryder's challenging what I plan to do with this beat-up body of mine, but I try to clench my unmoving hand, but I kinda can't do that. I can still fight, I have to, no matter what shape I'm in. I swore I'd save Sakura. I decided that I would fight for her sake now to end the war. That's why if I stop here, then I'll have nothing left. Ryder stops talking and I stare at the ground. Awkward.
あなたはさくらの味方ですか？この先に。たとえ何があったとしても。
The answer to her question's obvious. Jiro Emiya swore to be Sakura Matao's ally. I have to nod firmly. I know that, but I can't say it out loud. Deep inside myself, I realize what she means.
ここで無理をせずとも答えはいずれ出ます。その時までに覚悟を決めておくのですね。
I'm sure nothing bad will happen, nothing to worry about. As Ryder virtually blends into the darkness, I watch her go and then I look up at the sky. Ah, that's... Yeah. Do you notice I didn't give her a clear answer? Black Shadow, I still don't understand. The unstable left arm, the ideals I follow my entire life that I've just cast aside. They'll show me where I'm headed. The Holy Grail, I can make any other wish come true, but perhaps... maybe my wish to make Sakura happy is just an illusion that no amount of power can grant. Red interlude? What? What is this? I dream of a box of breeding bugs, a ruined nest, black pupa. I have no memory of my birth. I thrive and flourish. My roots have always been unknown. I have no memory of my death day. This isn't creepy at all. I walk at a steady pace. My empty head sways from side to side, absent of any clear destination.
shiver and tremble, go, go. My dry hands and feet rattle like paper balloons, tumbling along the ground. I'll get to float once I grow up.
Thanks for the Dutch angles.
Go, go. Go, go. Go, go.
Go, go, Fate Stay Night Rangers. Hey, rate that.
Somebody squeaks as they come up to me.
Nice broad, barefoot. Ah, pale.
People swarm up to me.
Join us. Kill some time.
Empty laughter. I don't remember asking them to come. They're scaring me. It's time to go home.
Hey, where are you going? Hold up, you. Don't you? Why else outwalk town? You mean we better protect, right? Totally, bro. Love helping folks. Trouble.
They keep chasing me. Their screeching's giving me a headache. Oh, my empty tummy rumbles.
Don't run! Help! What the witch? The consequences of the decision to side with Sakura. Yeah, I was warned. Yeah. Probably should have insisted on some finger sucking tonight. Oh well, hindsight's 2020.
I dream of a box for breeding bugs. And I squished one.
Interlude out. I'm sure things are fine. It's fine. Everything's going great. On the plus side, we finally made it to another day. Took 2 whole streams to get through a single day. Dear Lord, that was a long one. And we probably have a few more long ones. Oh, beautiful! Kirai's favorite word. Our favorite priest. How's the length of this day? Oh, we have a normal length looking day. Oh, how nice. Prediction now that we're in the final few days. Obviously, we're going to remove the wrapping at some point. And we're going to fight. The question is, when does that happen? Is that an in-game thing, or do we do it the next day? Because knowing this game, we'll probably just do it in the morning. When assassin breaks into our house. There's the question of that. There's the question of, how do we defeat Zoken? My meta brain wants to say we get help from Gilgamesh, but Kirai is just, even though he seems to not want Zoken to win, he's totally just, he doesn't want to give us the biggest tool that can help us defeat Zoken. So he's just like, I'm just going to sit back and watch. I'm going to enjoy it. Speaking of Assassin, the Grail War is basically over now. Yeah, we have 2 servants remaining. Does Saber count? Because technically she was kind of defeated and maybe her energy went into the Grail. help fill it up, but maybe she's not. I don't know how that works. Is Assassin or is Saber still a part of the war? Can Saber win this? Or does she need to be defeated to win this before this is over? The Grail, I think they've said the Grail needs like 7 servants, and does that mean has Saber been defeated from that aspect, from the filling up the Grail aspect? And what about the fake assassin? Does his death count towards filling up the Grail? I don't know. Plus, we got the hinted at Greater Grail. So, gotta deal with that. We're going to be training all day with Rin. I'm sure Sakura is going to be very happy about this and is going to be in a very stable and emotional place. And very, very stable, happy place. Nothing is going to go wrong with it. What else do I need to think about right now? Shiro obviously had the thought of correlating Sakura with Shadow, but he's either forgotten or he's choosing to actively ignore that thought. Probably the latter. When does that come into play? I'm going to assume that's going to be a later thing. I think we're going to forget about that for a day or two. Is Shiro going to try and save Saber? Because it's Shiro. He's gonna try to do it. Alright. That's a good stream. We're getting through the second half of frickin' day 10. Lord, that was another long one. Alright. Let us see who is streaming at the moment so we can share just a little bit of love. Who is on the line? Let's go and... did you expect that the Shadow was Sakura? I thought there was a... I would have probably put the odds at like not 60%, probably like 40%. I would have said like 40% it's Sakura, 60% is just like Eldritch Horror. So yeah, looking bad for us. Looking very bad for us. Maybe we'll still get our happily ever after with Sakura, and we'll get ourselves a nice white picket fence. Everything's gonna turn out well. We'll have our own Taiga living in the guest house. It's all gonna be great, right? Right? Also, screw, like, Ilya and Rin were close to being at their most unlikable today. Oh yeah, I should probably look at the schedule, my work schedule, see when I'm able to stream next. Of course, we do have tomorrow's Ace Attorney stream with our good buddy the Best Heroes over on his channel. We will be concluding Recipe to Turnabout. We're almost done with my least favorite game and my least favorite case in the entire series. Dear Lord, I hate, like, going through the case again. I'm seeing more positive sides to that case. Ilya rocks, you're the one who's wrong there. So I've liked Ilya in this branch. It's just like literally that conversation where with Rin and Ilya. Just like that one conversation just like was so annoying. I hated it. I only work in the morning on Friday, so I think we can sneak probably a short Friday afternoon stream. So like probably like a short Friday evening stream. So I think that's in the cards. So let's shoot for Friday evening at some point. So probably like I don't know when we'll start. Just whenever I feel like my voice has recovered enough from work and food situations to figure it out. But we can probably do like a short one. And it doesn't look like this next day is going to be a super long day, so maybe we'll be able to get through it. We'll see how it turns out. Alrighty then. I'll give y'all an opinion. Would y'all rather see some Stalker 2, Dragon Quest 8, or Final Fantasy 8? Got some very good choices. Also, we got some Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We got 4 good choices. If anyone has an opinion, feel free to give it. I want to get some hydration before we get the heck out of here. But yeah, Ren is kind of at her most unlikable. Like Partially, probably because like this storyline has had the least to do with her. Which is like Rin has just like every time we've seen her, just like I haven't liked how she's come across. There's honestly with the writing, it's probably partially like Sakura jealousy stuff. There's like I absolutely hate how Ren's come across. It's just like okay. I was already just like I liked you in Unlimited Blade Works and the Fate route. It's like I'm fine with you, Ren, but this one is just like I'm kind of outright disliking Ren. So like there's a good chance like by the end game power rankings of like the character ranking, like Ilya has a chance to not be near the bottom, or like Ilya has a chance to surpass Ren. Ilya's done mostly well this round. All right, let us go hang out with let's go hang out with Rico Paz and go do a little bit of Scarlet and Violet. If you feel like participating in the raid, we do have the raid commands. You've activated my raid card because branding. Thanks so much to everyone who hung out and lurked with us here today as we worked on saving the world. Lots of bad stuff happening. Maybe we'll get over it. We can fix everything, right? Right? Alright. Thank you so much. And until next time, fare thee well. Ta-ta.